have Sling audio and Sling video picking up two things still, so there must be an echo. So let's... Okay, so mute that one, yep. Okay, so that brings in just one audio source. So what I'll have to do is I'll just ask Ryan to mute his camera, see if he can do that, and then that should take care of things. Go ahead and bring it back to the countdown. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another Next Level Broadcasting presentation of Raider High School Athletics. Shane Smith, Ann Gorney, Emma Brown, and Ryan Bentley, the four of us bringing this one to you live here from downtown Charlevoix on a very special homecoming night as Raiders take on Mancelona. Charlevoix with an undefeated 6-0 record. Mancelona comes into this one with a 4-2 record, and not only we've got some interesting football information, but we also have a number of alumni members out there on the field joining the Raider marching band for pregame.
Which is kind of nice. We have Raider alumni, Sheldon Smith, Jim Smith, Cadence McPherson, Mary Schraderer, Sarah Weiglandowski, Gemma Bonney, Ev Widget, Gail Baldridge, Kaylee Fierro, and Logan Shispansky.
Yep, that's right.
My apologies. But I think we're about to do the national anthem.
We are. And, well, here comes the Raiders first. We have a brief moment, so we'll talk about, we've got, again, 4-2 Mancelona. They had a couple of tests here so far this season, Ann.
You know, they did. They had a 1-point loss to Elk Rapids,
yep.
And they had an overtime loss. They're 4-2, and they do have some momentum. They beat East Jordan last week, 36-16. So that's good. But Shane and I were talking earlier, and they do seem to struggle against a strong defense. So my expectation is they're going to struggle a bit tonight against the Raider defense.
They've had a number of, 4 of their 6 games have been 35-plus point affairs, but again, against stronger defenses, that's their 2 losses that they've had so far. And while we've got the moment here, Ann, we love our Raider marching band out here. Of course, I was a member of it, and you've been around the program for a long time with the high school as well. They had a great performance down in Traverse City this past Monday.
Yeah, at the Thrillby Band Marching Expo.
Yeah.
They performed very well, got very high praise, very high marks. And that was fantastic. So I think maybe we ought to tune into them for the national anthem.
And we will. We're going to step aside here for the national anthem. Come back after this.
Thank you, Raider Marching Band.
And welcome back, and there we are. I got to bring the microphone to my face. How about that? Been in broadcasting for a few years, and you'd think I'd remember that. Anyway, what a beautiful sound that the band had out there. Of course, there was some help with some amazing musicians down there that have joined us from the alumni group. The trumpet sounded great, of course, anchored by Miss Evelyn Wujik. And I got to say, I heard plenty of tuba there with 3 of them down there on the field. My dad, my former protege, Callie Fierro, who just graduated this past year, and Camille Peters, I believe she's a sophomore now, playing tuba down there with the marching band. So a great full-bodied sound overall, and we're happy to have you join us on this very festive homecoming evening. They had the parade just out the street in front of us, and the stands are packed here in Charlevoix as we get ready for what should be another excellent Raiders showing.
Yep, and it's also Applefest weekend. Tonight we've got about 55 degrees with winds pretty steady, about 13 to 15 miles an hour. And it's kind of like that typical football weather that when I think of football weather, this is what I think of. This isn't what I want. I want sunny and warm. But I do think about it. So the band sounded great. Again, congratulations to the Raider Marching Band under the direction of Jake Bronson for their performance at Thrillby Field. And you and I both would have been down there with the alumni if we weren't up here in the box. So
we'll get there someday. But I'm a cold weather fiend, and believe me, this feels phenomenal after the 80s and 90s we've had for a fair portion of this fall so far. I'm happy to finally have some good weather. But as we get underway, Raiders are going to be receiving the kick from Mancelona. We thank you for joining in our Ace Hardware, TBC Cherry Capital Airport, and Bingham Insurance pregame show. And we'll get underway. A high short kick down to about the 30 is where it bounces. Goes through the hands of Garrison Sterrett. And Ian Moran will fall on it, so the Raiders will take over from the 20 instead.
Not often does that happen and go through the hands of Sterrett. So we're good. If you haven't gotten the Charlevoix Courier, Petoskey News Review, very, very nice article about Garrison Sterrett and his older brothers, Patrick Sterrett and Philip Sterrett as well, as former Raiders themselves. And Patrick is still playing for Alma College.
That's right.
So another Raider to go on to post-high school football.
We've had a number of Alma Scots graduate from this school over the years.
Jake Claflin.
Yep.
So hope they're doing well in their season. I see Claflin had a scoop and score in one of his games down in Alma, so that was pretty cool.
So away we go, 1st and 10. It'll be the handoff to none other than Ian Moran to get things started on Mancelona. Stand strong, only allowing him a yard, if that, to begin this game, and they'll mark it. Indeed, about a yard forward. So it'll be 2nd and a short 9 coming up.
Short 9, and that was number 56, Pulaski, for the Ironman on that tackle. And they really didn't give him any room to run. And I'm looking at these two teams, and physically we're about the same size. So this could be a good game.
Yeah, I'm up for a good game, and I think a lot of our Raider fans are too. It's been 4 straight weeks of running clocks. So here we go. Ian Moran. Oh, I apologize. There's a QB sneak.
With Sterrett.
Give off to Sterrett instead.
Maybe a yard.
Yeah.
I know. I was watching Ian Moran, too. I was like, whoa, Moran, he got through. No, he didn't.
Nope.
It's because he didn't have the ball. You know, I do that when I'm watching the Lions, too, everybody. I'll be like, I'm watching the wrong guy.
Yeah.
So it's great when they do the fakes so well that...
Even the camera operator will get tripped up sometimes.
Yes, that happens.
It'll be 3rd and 8 here for the Raiders. So far Moran for a yard, Sterrett for a yard. 3rd and a long 7 here coming up for Charlevoix. Still on the south end of their own 25.
Got some pink socks going on for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's nice. Looks like Colin just is pointing the way.
He's still got it.
He's scrambling.
Looking for a man. Incoming. Throws it out there.
Oh, that was interference.
Yes, indeed.
Flag immediately.
That was all over from Owen Crino. And Mr. Talon Jacobs fought hard to earn that penalty.
He did. And number 12 really did have him wrapped up. And at the same time, sometimes it's the only thing you can do. Mm-hmm. So, and hey, we need to give a shout out to our chain gang out there.
Yeah.
Those guys are out there every game. Rain or shine.
I see
warm or cold.
Mr. Swanson out there in shorts, and that fits the
yeah.
Swanson family narrative, that's for sure.
I know half of the crowd down here is in shorts. The other half is dressed for winter.
Yeah, I'm firmly in the middle.
I'm a little more on the winter side tonight.
Yeah. So that will get the Raiders a free 15 yards. All the way up to the 38 we go. Not quite 2 minutes gone by so far in the first quarter. This indeed will be a handoff to Ian Moran, and he does get a nice chunk of about 8 yards there.
He did. Nice job. Nice job. I'm looking at
Gross and Pulaski, the 2 tacklers there.
Looking for our centers, number 60, Peter Ianchulis. You know, another Raider who's gone on is Hunter Lemurian. And boy, we had him on varsity for, what, 3 years, maybe 4, and flawless at center. So such a position that's hard to fill. And as anybody who's listened to me before, I like to credit the offensive line for a lot of things.
Yeah, and this will be another QB keeper.
Landon Whistler got slammed behind the line of scrimmage.
And ladies and gentlemen on our chat line, of course, this is homecoming night, so be sure to let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching for. This is homecoming night after all. So we love to get some community outreach going this evening. And, of course, if you have our personal numbers between Ann and I, feel free to reach out, and we'll get your message shared out there as well.
And if you're a single lady, I will give you Shane's number.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks. There's going to be a dating profile set up on Next Level Broadcasting's website for me by the sounds of it here before long.
There should be. And I should create it for you.
Aw,
I've known you long enough. I'm like your pseudo mom.
You are, and I'm happy to have that.
Tony
Between
and I
you
are.
and Tony,
Tony and I are your pseudo moms.
That's okay.
Your
with
other
me.
pseudo mom is at home watching on the TV on YouTube in front of the fireplace.
The real pseudo
So-
mom. Hi, Mom. I'm sure you're watching. Love you. Yeah. So anyway, we got a timeout called here. It'll be 3rd and looks to be 4 still. So we are going to take a moment for our first commercial break and be back on the other side of this with Emma Brown taking care of the 1s and 2s. Stay tuned.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown cherry capital airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, huge selection of colors, plus Ace's award-winning service, you can be confident you're getting the best. Then buy in store or online for curbside pickup or free delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their paint.
All right, we'll get back to Ace Hardware in a moment. We've got flags on the field, and this looks to be a false start on Charlevoix. Oh.
Yep, false start against Charlevoix. And, I'm wrong. Our center is number 70, Andrew Grogan.
Okay.
So, again, fill in big shoes. Hunter
So-
Lemurian, we miss you. Wish you all the best in your baseball career.
So the Raiders have a net gain so far in this drive of 3 yards. Of course, they did have that 15-yard pass interference penalty that helped them, and then they've had a tackle behind the line of scrimmage here with Landon Whistler carrying the ball, backed him up 1.5 yards, and now a 5-yard false start penalty. Brings it all the way back to a 3rd and 9, with just under 9 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Give credit to the Mancelona defense right
Yeah.
now. This is the biggest challenge I've seen our offense have.
No doubt about it. And we've got scrambling once again all over the place for Mr. Jess. He'll get just north of the 40, and that's where he'll be brought down after a short gain of about 2.
And I think number 1 for the Ironman, which was Bildmel Machama. I apologize if I'm saying that incorrectly. But I think he was the first one there on the tackle, and then number 56, Pulaski, came in to help.
Yeah, I remember that young man. He's been on the varsity basketball team, I believe, all 4 years. He's been at Mancelona, Bidwell Mokama. It's been nice. And Mancelona is one school that Next Level Broadcasting has visited a lot over the years, and they've always treated us very well. So we're happy to give them the best broadcast we can as well on homecoming night, as Ian Moran sends this one away on the punt, fielded by his opposing number 6, right at the 31, and brought down instantly by Garrison Sterrett. That was Ryan Nomchev that caught it.
That was a catch and a tackle immediately. Number 2, Sterrett, was there immediately. So G-Dog getting the job done.
All right, Mancelona with their first crack at the offensive side of the field. The Raiders chewed up about 4 minutes a clock, but did not get into Mancelona territory. Again, the biggest gain they had was that pass interference call. Otherwise, they had 3 total yards of offense once you factor in a couple of tackles for loss and that penalty.
Not what they're used to in their past few
No,
games with
I
running
know.
clocks and this and that. So it'll be good to have a challenging game under our belt.
We definitely need that as we get tuned up for our postseason play, and that'll be a strong first down run for Mancelona. Jackson Bennett toting the rock and moving the chains.
He was brought down for the Raiders by number 6, Ian Moran, and then number 0, Colin Jess, there to help.
And looked like he needed a little help, as we'll say Mr. Bennett has some good power behind him. So it'll be an 11-yard gain up to the 43 we go. Mr. Lyle Monroe texting in. Love the Raiders. This is going to be a great game. Me, my cat, and my cat Tigger are going to be tuned in from Sterling Heights. So thank you, Lyle. And another solid gain here by the Ironmen yet again. That's Nomchev getting nearly enough for the first down.
Okay, on the comments, can they send pictures? Because I want a picture of this cat.
I don't think they can, but
I want a
was
picture
gonna
of
say,
Tigger.
Miss Emma Brown knows Lyle pretty well. I think she can show us a picture or
Lyle, if you know Tigger, if you want to send him a picture of Tigger, I want to see a picture of your cat who's watching football. And I say that because I have a tabby cat at home that when we're watching TV, she will sit on the ottoman and watch TV.
Well, here we go, another big run. Mancelona powering their way through. It takes 3 different Raiders to bring Bennett down. That's a solid gain into Raider territory south of the 40.
He carried Ian Moran with him, and then finally number 78, Andrew Glass, came in to help and brought him down. But we even also had a couple more Ironmen pushing him down the field at the same time.
Oh, here's Tigger.
Oh, Tigger's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice orange tiger cat, some white on his chest.
Got the cat ladies on the broadcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
We do. I fully admit I'm a cat lady. But if you have dog pictures too, we always love dog pictures too.
That's my specialty. And finally, the Raiders get a good wrap up early on Bennett. Gain of only a yard.
That was a nice wrap up. We had actually 2 Raiders on his legs and brought him down quickly.
Yeah.
And that might be their shortest gain so far, is a yard.
Yeah.
So let's keep it going, Raiders. I was, I said before the game that, Mancelona is struggling a little bit against a strong defense, but right now they seem to be picking our defense apart a bit and just slowly marching their way down the field. So credit to the Ironman offense.
Namchev will go for the keeper. Met immediately by Andrew Grogan. And coming off the pile as well, Mr. Ryan Glass. That'll be a loss of about a yard.
Oh, Amy Putman's listening in.
Oh,
She's got her cat Ford on her lap.
Oh, look at the boots on Mr. Ford. Isn't that cute? Okay.
Amy, hope you're doing well. We miss you. Every time I tried to get together with Amy Putman this summer, she was so busy she didn't have time for us.
She is a very busy lady, that's for sure.
So, still think about you, sister. Glad you're tuned in.
3rd and 10 for Mancelona. Again, that loss of a yard, but it'll be a quick pitch over to Lucas Keller, and he won't get more than a couple, so it'll be 4th down and about 9 to go. It'll be decision time here for Mancelona. I imagine this will be 4-down territory for them. You're inside the Raider 40.
Did I just hear he was brought down by number 7, Kalen Titus, for the Raiders?
You might have.
I think
I
I
was too busy
did.
yapping about the play, so if you heard him, that's good.
Well, we can't always see up here because of the angle, and we don't have replay.
We're working on that. That'll be next week. We incorporated some down and distance graphics tonight, and next week we're working on getting some instant replay stuff going on. So stay tuned for that. Yeah.
Quarterback keeper.
Yeah, here we go. Namchev caught a little air there, got enough for the 1st down on that 4th and 9. Needed 9 yards, got about 12. So Titus and Warchall were able to grab him up there at the ankles. Namchev, a very skilled dual-threat quarterback that we've seen so far. He's aired the ball out nicely in previous games that Next Level Broadcasting has covered. And we're seeing more and more. He's got some good feet under him as well.
On the 25. Let's see what they do. And they've been doing well on the running play, so I'm not expecting to see passing. And then, as soon as I say it, they do it.
Yeah, that one will fall harmlessly in the grass, just a bit ahead of Lucas Keller there. So a solid 4-minute possession so far for Mancelona as they chug their way down to the 25.
A lot of cheering from the fans. Good crowd for homecoming night. Good student section. Concession stand is open. The rain is now done.
It is, and it's a beautiful, partly cloudy sky, and we saw the sun reflecting off the clouds earlier. A gorgeous mid-October evening.
It's Applefest weekend here in Charlevoix, so Saturday and Sunday are going to be nice and sunny. In the 60s, so it'll be perfect weather for your fall festivities. It'll also be perfect weather for the homecoming dance tomorrow night.
Yeah, and we will bring to you that homecoming King and Queen coronation as well as marching band performance in a little bit. But Namchev working his way around the edge, gains a couple there at that.
Grayson Warchell, number 44 for the Raiders, was in on the tackle. I couldn't see the number. Who else was in? Doug Mortgage, number 11.
Thanks to our wonderful principal, Mr. Dan Terry-Perry, for taking care of the PA announcing. So if we miss it, we can listen into him and deliver the message to you at home.
And shout out to Pat Klooster, who always comes in and volunteers his time to be a spotter for our announcers.
And that's a huge deal. We could always use a good spotter, too, up here sometimes. It'll be another handoff for Mr. Bennett. He'll be held short of the line of gain.
Brings up 4th down.
It's going to be 4th and about 4. Number of Raiders there on the tackle. And again, on the previous set of downs, Mancelona converted on that 4th and 9. So they've got a more manageable 4th and short 4 coming up here inside of the Raider 20. Nomchev with marching orders from the sidelines. Empty
Sawyer
backfield.
Blazik getting antsy out there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that'll be against Charlevoix.
That's probably going to give him a first down.
Yeah. For the second time tonight. And that's something that has kind of been one of Raiders' biggest issues over the last several years is discipline there at the line. We saw it earlier in the season. Didn't come out much in these easier games that they've had, but now that they have some tougher competition and it's a bigger night, they're a little more jumpy.
They are, but I'm sure the coaches are infuriated by that right now.
I mean, I feel that too up here. I'm a little infuriated behind the mic. So we've got a fresh set of downs from Mancelona. Nomchev going to run this one out. Gets past the 10, down to the 5. And we'll see if that's enough for the first down.
I think he's inside the 5, maybe at the 4, 3.5.
Looking for the spot here.
Yep,
The
3.
It will be down at about the 4, so that's just enough for the first down. So first and goal from the 4-yard line for Mancelona. Yeah, marked it about the 3. Okay, you're right. Yep. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Our officials tonight are Mitch Wilson, Edwin Blau, Tyler Wilson, Charles Leduc, and Zachary Toki. If you want to get involved, you're in high school sports before, get involved now, become an official.
The Raiders have not had a team score first in a game since the Unionville-Seaboing game week 1. Nomchev powers his way in and gets the opening touchdown of the game for the Ironmen.
Well, Ironman up 6-0 over the Raiders. We'll see what they're going to do, whether we're going for an extra point or we're going for 2. Kind of looks like we're going for 2.
Yeah.
And what I'm wondering is if this could get our Raiders fired up.
Well, I certainly hope so, because again, this is rare territory for the Raiders to be down early in the game. Again, the only other time this happened was week 1 against Unionville-Seaboing. And they are going for 2. Nomchev rolling out. And it's intercepted in the end zone by Mr. Landon Whistler.
Nice. All right, that could change some momentum right there. Good play by the Raider defense. Nice job.
So we've got a very fast-moving first quarter of action. We haven't had a chance to get many ads in, so we're going to thank first our friends at Bingham Insurance. Running a small business can be risky, and that's something Charles knows all about with Next Level Broadcasting. But one thing you can't leave to chance is your insurance coverage. Bingham Insurance wants to help keep you covered from the unexpected from happening. That's Bingham Insurance Company, representing Auto Owners Insurance of Charlevoix. We also have professional seamless gutters. Your home gutters are always there when you need them to be, and so is our good friend Orion Beningo. That's why he started Professional Seamless Gutters. They offer fast and experienced service and real-time quotes, but wait, there's more, there's always more. They'll actually answer your phone call. That's Professional Seamless Gutters at 989-619-3407. Tell them that we send you. And I'll get one more in while we've got a moment. Charlevoix State Bank. During a time of mergers, acquisitions, and name changes, the founders of Charlevoix State Bank saw a need for a truly local bank focused on our community and strong customer relationships. Those values continue to drive us today as we support high school athletics through our support of tonight's game. Just in time as Mancelona gets this one away. That's Mr. Mokama kicking this one off. And again, this one gets by the Raiders as that ball has a lot of spin on it. Kalen Titus finally picks it up, brings it north of the 25 to about the 31-yard line is where he'll finally be brought down.
He got a few of the yards back, but that's 2 kickoffs.
Yeah.
That we've
kind of muffed a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit there. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on here? Maybe it's just homecoming jitters.
Maybe so.
They'll get those jitters out right now, and our Raiders are going to come back and be strong.
That's right. So they start pretty much the exact same spot as where Mancelona began their drive at the 31. Yes, again, Raiders find themselves down 6-0. They were able to intercept that extra 2-point conversion there. Landon Whistler got it there in the end zone. So the Raiders score and kick in their field goal like they do so often. That'll be putting them in the lead. And a nice run here by Ian Moran. Speaking of 6 points, that's number 6 toting the rock and getting the Raiders' first down of the game. That's not from a penalty.
Yeah, probably about it's 15, 17-yard run right there.
Yeah, right about. So
for Ian Moran.
That'll get him up to the 47. 31 to 47, 16 yards. You had the number just right in there.
Yeah, number 44, Grayson Wartall, sophomore, running the play out right now. Kalen Titus coming back over to the sidelines with his pink socks for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Good to see a number of Raiders in support of that tonight. Final 87 seconds here of this first quarter. None other than Ian Moran powering his way forward, dragging a number of Ironmen with him.
And he did power that. He was dragging number 56, Pulaski, with him. Pulaski finally ended bringing him down. Looks like he's a yard short of the line of gain, though.
Those Ironmen not the only ones made of iron. Ian Moran is, too.
That boy can power through.
Yeah.
He really can. Like seeing him on the basketball court, too. But for football, he just keeps... You do those drills to keep your legs moving, and he did just that, and it worked.
So a 2nd and long yard here as the final 53 seconds tick off the clock. And another run up the gut, this time by Mr. Collins. Just gotten enough for the first down and about 6 yards beyond.
Yeah.
So
Good way to... Nope, we're not at the end of the quarter yet, but it's good momentum. The Raiders are going.
Just as you said, that's kind of maybe what the Raiders needed to wake them up a little bit in this game. They've had their biggest gains so far on this drive.
Crowd needs to wake up a bit, too. Maybe they're just too cold tonight.
Maybe so. If the Raiders do get inside the Mancelona 40, ball position at the 37. 27 seconds to go on the clock. Final play of the quarter, most likely. In pistol. And off to Moran. Gets around a number of tacklers. Flag is down. It'll be about a 6-yard gain or so. See what this flag is all about.
But that flag happened forward where Ian was running to. It wasn't in the backfield, so that makes me wonder if it's holding. The refs are conferring. And the way the ref is standing, I'm wondering if it's against the Raiders? Discussing, still discussing. Use your hands. Look like, okay, he bobbled the ball.
Meeting of the minds here.
Well, it's best they confer and get it right. I know I'm making fun of it, but they are making sure they get it correct.
And we can never have enough refs here in Northern Michigan sports either, so we have to give them all the credit that they deserve too. Without them out here, it wouldn't be possible.
All right.
Against Mancelona.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 15-yard walk-off from that penalty from the Ironman. So I didn't really catch the signal what it was, but it must have been a doozy. And so now teams are running off the field, and that's just going to take us to between quarters.
All right, so we're going to step away for our first quarter break and be back in about 60 seconds after this.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, huge selection of colors, plus Ace's award-winning service, you can be confident you're getting the best. Then buy in store or online for curbside pickup or free delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their paint.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I got one for you, boss.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what's black, white, and dented all over?
I give up.
The company truck? Yeah, it's bad.
But thanks to our agent, we've already submitted the claim and can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Lucky for you, that's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
All right, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. A low-scoring first quarter. Again, there's a lot of rarities here for the Raiders so far in this game, but they are making great gains, and they were helped by a sideline interference penalty, which was a 15-yarder here just a moment ago. And I was talking to our head coach of basketball, and he said that Normally, it's just a warning, but it must have been a pretty egregious penalty in order to get that immediate
Could have been
walk off of
something
15 yards.
unsportsmanlike, or if somebody stepped onto the field,
That's
that can have an effect too. So
thank you, Mr. Anthony Trochak, for letting us know what that was, as Moran dives forward for about 4-ish. Short 4 at that. Down about the 13. So yeah, I don't know. That was I don't know when the last time was I saw a sideline penalty like that.
it happens.
It does. Oh yeah.
It happens. It happens. But like he said, I mean, if somebody stepped over the line and got onto the field, whether it was a coach or a player, that might have happened. Somebody might have said something. As Ian Moran powers his way through again to get some positive yardage. So it looks like we're going to be about 3rd and 4.
Yeah. He really had to bust through that line there. About 3 different guys he had finally bring him down. Just outside the 10-yard line, right around the 10.5 at the 3rd and 4 mark.
All right, number 70 getting ready with the snap.
Twins to the top and bottom here in pistol back with Ian Moran behind him. Titus in motion. Moran's going to pull it through, gets down just short of the 5. That should be enough for the first down. Indeed it is.
Is it? I want to see him move the chains before I say anything. Okay, chain gang is doing it.
Yep.
1st and goal on the 6-yard line. All right, here we go. Let's go, Raiders.
That was a first down by about the nose of a football by where they placed that down marker in front of the chain. But that's all you need.
They say football's a game of inches.
It is.
And how many times is that inches dependent on ball placement? It's like, where do the refs cite it? And it's such a hard job to do.
It's another give to Ian Moran. He gets down to roughly the 5, wrapped up pretty quickly there.
By Denver Alexander, number 73 for the Ironman.
What a nice, I like that first name, Denver. That's
Denver Alexander.
Yeah, that's cool.
He had a good wrap up there with Ian too. I mean, obviously I want Ian to get into the end zone, but kudos to Alexander on that tackle.
Saw a little swap here. Landon Whistler comes out. Kalen Titus back in. 9:40 to go in the first half. Raiders trying to get the first score on the board for the night for them. Moran in pistol once again behind Jess. And he'll take the handoff, met immediately by a very strong Ironman line. Maybe a gain of a yard, if that. And they move it about a yard. No, they just changed the position once again. So there was no gain at all.
I didn't think he got anywhere on that one. But again, it's hard to see from our angle up here and up in the box.
Yeah.
But we are up in the box where it's a little bit warmer than down in the stands.
Yeah,
and I've been in those stands for many, many, many years.
That's why we got to give kudos to our cameraman down there, Ryan Bentley. There he is.
Isn't he a rock star?
I know.
Oh my gosh, he's so good.
Great job. So 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line for the Raiders, trying to punch in the score. Now they're
go
to Moran.
Go.
Oh my goodness. Did he get in? We're waiting for the call.
Yep, signal, touchdown.
It is. Charlevoix.
Broke the plane. The signal came from the sideline judges. He broke the plane in the end zone.
Wow, what a long, drawn-out 15-yard line, but we got it.
6-6. Let's go, Raiders. Sorry, I kind of jumped on Shane right there. It was like...
I was waiting, too, because it looked like he got it, but we weren't seeing a signal, and about 6 seconds later, up goes the arm. So that's all that matters. The ref saw it. So the Raiders are looking to take the lead by 1 here, pending on the Peter Jan Chulis kick. Up and away, and it's clear. Goes all the way back to the back end of the track we go.
Nice. Raiders in the lead, 7-6.
So we're going to step aside for another quick commercial break, get caught up on some ads, and we'll be back after this.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Yeah, and welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. The Raiders had a hard-fought touchdown. It was a number of short 1-yard gains inside the 15, but we finally got it. Yeah, and they got the extra kick provided by Peter Yantrulis. They go up 7-6. Yeah, as Mr. Talon Jacobs looks to kick this one away. 8:36 to go in the first half.
A little different line formation for the Ironmen for a kickoff.
And a line drive downfield at about the 11-yard line. North of the 30, the 35, the 40, and a solid about 29-yard return there for that young man from Mancelona. That's Mr. Nomchev once again.
And brought down by number 21, Talon Jacobs for the Raiders. So brought down by the kicker. So I'm going to give Talon credit there because he slipped on the kick, but it was still a very good kick.
Yeah.
And a deep kick. But on the return, number 21, Jacobs is the one to stop him. So way to get back up and get back in the game.
So Mancelona with very nice field position here to begin. Out that 29-yard return from Nomchev brings him up to the 40. Short field to work with. And they've been a very methodical, well-oiled machine to begin this game. But the Raiders stand tall there at the defensive line, maybe even lost a yard there as Bennett got nowhere.
There were about 3 black jerseys on him. Oh. Ryan Glass and Sawyer Blazik on the tackle. Nice.
Somehow they picked him out of that whole pile. So good for them. So they'll be right about where they began. 2nd and 10 still at the line of scrimmage. And hey, speaking of very important games, a half hour. Game 5 of the ALDS. Tigers coming up here with Scoobel on the mound tonight. Looking to punch their way to the ALCS, taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. In the meantime, we've got another decent gain of about 4 to 5 yards coming up here from Nomchev as he hangs on to it.
It's a good player, good runner.
Yeah.
That brings up 35.
It'll be 3rd and 5 exactly here for the Ironman, right at the 45.
And I will give credit to Mr. Alex Tizio and the maintenance crew. The field is looking spectacular for homecoming tonight. So thank you. And to the little robot. I wonder if we've named that little robot that paints the field.
There has to be a name for it. I mean, you can't not name something like that.
So
we'll have to ask, inquire later on.
Or type in a name that you think the robot should be named.
There you go. And another nice stop here by the Raider defensive line. Bennett gains a yard. So it'll be 4th and 4 from the Mancelona 46.
Okay. If they go for it, let's get a big stop right here.
That would be pretty risky for them to go for it, but we'll see. They've got the running power for sure, as long as they don't run into Sawyer Blazik, who made the tackle just a moment ago, because he'll stop anything.
You know, running into Sawyer, who's a state-level wrestler, that's just like hitting a wall, I would imagine. I mean, it's just Sawyer he's so good on the offensive line and the defensive line, but he's such an amazingly talented wrestler. And it's like, whew, running into him has got to hurt.
I wouldn't want to do it.
I was always in the band, so.
Yep. And away we go. Bennett with a high, short kick. That goes well out of bounds. On the south side of the 40-yard line. So the Raiders opening up with good field position as well.
They're 37.
Oh, okay, well.
No, that's not too bad.
No, I don't know. The wind must have just pushed it a little bit farther than I thought. It was right about the 40, so I thought. They saw the 37, which is better than my eyes from up here. They were under it.
Well, once again, credit to our officials.
Yeah.
And we always need officials, any sport, umpires for baseball and softball, officials for volleyball, basketball, football. If you wrestled in high school, become a wrestling official. We always need them. If you want to help out kids and stay involved in your sport and stay active, become an official. Get on MHSAA's website to figure out what you need to do.
All right, Jess loading up for a good deep ball. Not able to be brought in. Talon Jacobs got that one knocked away from Owen Creno. We saw a PI called on earlier. He was not called on that one. It looked to be pretty clean defensive effort there.
I think it was pretty clean defense right there. Number 3 for the Raiders, Landon Whistler taking the play out.
6 minutes square to go in the first half.
And I want our crowd to realize they'd be warmer if they were louder.
Right, yeah, all that hot air expelling for sure. We've got
They'd
a
be
nice
warmer
little
if
heat
they
bubble
were
in the
up
stands.
and on their feet and cheering for the Raiders. Let's go.
You tell them, man.
Because I always did.
Yeah, I know. You've always been a great cheerleader for Raiders sports.
You
Not
know
only
it.
as a faculty member, but here on the mic as well. And Charlevoix
Brought down by
not able to gain a yard there.
Roach, number 55. We do have a flag on the play.
Grooch there, number 55 on the tackle for Mancelona. And there is a flag down on the field. Charlevoix crowd was not thrilled with whatever transpired down there on the field. Ah, there's the flag all the way back at the other 40.
Nope, it's against the Raiders. Personal foul.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a big one.
that is.
It's going to hurt. Let's bring
Yeah.
up some passing plays
The
tonight.
only good thing is that it was not going to be third. Oh, no, they just switched. I thought it was still second down. They just switched it to third. All right. I'll take back what I was about to say.
And we're really not taking to the air too much. And our winds actually right now are up to 18 with gust up to 23. So
Yeah.
that's not pristine for a passing game, but we'll do what we got to do.
So third and East Jordan for the Raiders.
Ooh.
Just loads up, and that'll be thrown well in front of Talon Jacobs. No dice there. Raiders kick this one away. The second time tonight they've had to punt.
That'll bring up 4th down.
Talon Jacobs getting a little talked to by Raider alumni and football coach Darren Munson.
Yep.
Good to see them back. Good to see Luke Stuck down there on the staff. Darren Munson, Aaron Blazik, Rob Scully, Spencer Stewart, Adam Streeter, and Luke Stuck. And shout out to Trevor Streeter, too, who's another Raider alumni, wrestling at the collegiate level. And Brady Jess, wrestling for Michigan State. I'm sure they'd like to be here for homecoming cheering on the Raiders.
Yep. Landon Swanson made an appearance here, a couple of Raider practices this past week. And a respectable punt, but the Raiders are so far back that it gives Mancelona good field position to begin at their own 47, as Jess puts his paw on it. So, you know, Anna, you were talking about up until these last couple of plays, the Raiders weren't taking to the air too much, but one place you can do it is at Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport.
Nice segue.
Thank you. Yeah.
Ooh.
Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport is your gateway to northern Michigan, and now is the time to fly TVC. TVC Airport will also get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. To plan your next getaway today, visit tvcairport.com with their 7 airlines and 20 destinations across the United States. And speaking of taking to the air, Skydive Charlevoix will keep on this train. Skydive Charlevoix is calling all thrill seekers, adventure enthusiasts, and everyone in between to think about something right on the other side of this play. We'll get to that in a moment. Hand off to Bennett. Gets through a couple of tackles, wrapped up there after a gain of about 4.
Whistler was number 3 for the Raiders, one of them on the wrap-up. I think Blazik was another. And Moran.
So Skydive Charlevoix is calling all thrill seekers, adventure enthusiasts, and everyone in between to think Skydive Charlevoix for your next adventure. Take flight with Skydive Charlevoix and experience for yourself the rush of skydiving right in your own backyard. Check out their website for more information at skydivecharlevoix.com. 2nd and 6, right on the Raider 49-yard line. Mancelona trying to keep marching their way down the field. A solid 4-yard run to begin. And speaking of number 4, that's Bennett. Getting a couple more.
What helped us there is he kind of tripped. He was following his linemen through, as he should. He's following his blocker, but his blocker got tripped up, and so he got tripped up behind him. So 3rd down, time for a big stop by the Raiders. 3rd and 3. Oh, 3rd and 4. Excuse me.
No, 3rd and 3. You're good. It's on the board.
And again, I'm trying to cite that from up here.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the board. Oh, wrap him up.
Oh,
All
there
right.
we go. Behind the line of scrimmage. Lost a couple of yards there. Nice job by the Raiders to keep Bennett from going anywhere.
Brings up about 4th and 5.
By Moran.
Much better. Much better. Nice.
And if you had to guess who was on the tackle there for the Raiders, who do you think it might be?
I want to say Blazik.
Close. It was Ian Moran. He was
Ian
right there
Moran
next to him.
again?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he is like the Swiss Army knife of the team.
He is, yeah. He does it
Offense,
all.
defense, he kicks, he can pass, he's played quarterback before, he runs.
Yep.
Plays defense, makes tackles.
So we're in 4-down territory here for Mancelona. 4th and 5 for them. Raiders darn near got another false start call. 3:21 to go in the first half. And we've got timeout called, yes, indeed.
Get your commercials in.
Yep, Mancelona's going to think about things for a moment. We're going to step aside and have a couple more commercials to send your way. We'll be back after this.
All right, guys, here's what we get.
BC Pizza, hometown handmade gourmet.
Coach, what do we do? We get BC Pizza.
BC Pizza.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods, with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. 4th and 5 here for Mancelona. They took a timeout to talk about things. Deep ball, and it is caught. Mancelona hauls in a big one. Jaden Lanning inside the 20-yard line.
All right, I got to say, gutsy call.
Yeah, no doubt.
Brought down by number 2, Starrett.
Starrett there was credited with the tackle, but Lanning was already going down with so much momentum behind him making that catch.
You know, and this is totally off topic, but not really. I see our trainer down there, Erica Collins, who we absolutely love and adore. She's, I think, the best best athletic trainer in the northern Michigan area. Mm-hmm. But I see her light on her vest, which means she's got her heated vest on.
What a nice feature. And another run and a touchdown. Nomchev hangs on to it, QB keeper, and gets it in the end zone for the Ironmen.
I'd rather talk about a heated vest than an Ironman touchdown. But I give the Ironmen all the credit for that. But it does make me think that I have to charge mine to go down to Applefest tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that would be a wise decision.
Wow, 4th and 5, and they didn't punt, and they went for a big pass. And then on the very next play, they run it in.
Yes.
Gutsy move by the coaching staff.
It'll be Nomchev hanging on to it, trying to get the next 2-point conversion. And he had a little slip up. The Raiders caught on to him.
2-point conversion is no.
Yeah, and that will keep an extra 2 points off the board. So Mancelona could be up 16-7 right now, but they've missed both of their 2-point conversions. So the Raiders, they get a touchdown. We'll have the chance to go up.
How would you get 16 out of that?
8 and 8 is 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not a great mathematician, but Ann Gorney did teach me enough to know that 8 and 8
he's
equals
good,
16.
and I'm looking at 12, and I'm just wondering that they don't have a kicker. They don't have an extra point kicker is where I'm at.
Yeah.
And so they could be up. You're exactly right. I'm just poking fun at you. They could be up 16, but the Raiders had 2 stops on both 2-point conversions, so 12-7. So let's see if Raiders can put it in the end zone before the half.
That's right. We want to take a moment here to thank Charlevoix Auto before Mancelona kicks it off again. Charlevoix wants everyone tuning in to know that they are your local, trusted Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Moke dealer. Drive with confidence to Charlevoix Auto, your one-stop shop for exceptional sales and service. I'd like to do Wilmot Electric, but I think that'll be a bit too long here before kickoff, so we'll get to them a little bit later on. 2:45 to go in the first half. It has flown by, ladies and gentlemen. Charlevoix still finds themselves down by 5 at the moment. That one will go off the leg of Gabe Boslow, and I believe he fell on it in time. Yes, he did. The Raiders will have great starting field position at about the Mancelona 49. I almost said the 51-yard line. Almost.
Good heads up by Boslow. It hit his foot, and he fell right on it. Okay, finish your ad.
Oh, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Wilmot Electric. Since 1983, Wilmot Electric Incorporated has been a gold standard electrical service provider throughout northern Michigan, offering solutions to any electrical need you may have, whether it's residential, commercial, or marine related. No matter the case, Wilmot Electric has experts that will keep your projects on time and on budget. And Mr. Jess He's on the field. Good. Almost 20-yard gain there.
Thought Moran had it. They did the fake handoff again, but just kept it, and he hesitated long enough for his offensive line to open up that gap, and he went right through. Nicely done.
Nicely done indeed. And so no matter the case, Women Electric has experts that will keep your projects on time and on budget. Customer focused and community driven for 40 years. That's Wilmot Electric of Charlevoix. Let's see.
You know who else I bet is listening is Gail Baldridge. So Gail, if you're listening,
for sure, yeah.
Nicely done in pregame, and that old retro hat that you were wearing is great. There is an official timeout on the field as Brady Jess is down. He's going to be checked by our trainer.
Okay. Yeah, we'll send it to a quick commercial here while we have that taken care of.
Bartlett's Home Interiors is your hometown home furnishing store, serving Northern Michigan since 1950. Your perfect fit is waiting for you here, among our large selection of furniture, flooring, Serta mattresses, and Hunter Douglas window treatments. Our experienced staff can help with the details that are important to you to transform your space. Come explore our 35,000 square foot showroom today or visit us at bartlettshomeinteriors.com. Bartlett's Home Interiors, where you're always at home. M66 North, Charlevoix.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in. Unfortunately, that was Colin Jess that was hurt on the field. He was able to walk off under his own power, but there was a bit of a hobble to him. So we hope for a very speedy recovery. But in the meantime, back under center, and he did a great job filling in last year, is Ian Moran.
And Ian Moran was the JV quarterback for a full year, too. Yeah. So he's got a lot of experience at QB under his belt.
Hey,
and
when
he
you can
run!
That's all you need. Raiders get the first down. A running back QB is about as good as you can get.
Another Raider first down.
With 1:47 left and the clock is ticking, let's punch that ball into the end zone. Looks like, oh, Colin Jess is back on the field, so Ian Moran will line up in the backfield behind him.
Quick breather there for Jess. Probably got a little tape on his ankle, and away he goes for the final 90 seconds of this half. Raiders trying to get the lead before the break. And Jess scurrying all over the place. There is a flag on the field. Mancelona still trying to wrap him up. It will be a loss of yards depending on who this flag is against.
Jess on the keeper. Brought down by a squad of Ironman.
Typically in the backfield, it's going to be against Charlevoix, but as I saw, it's like Jess is the only black jersey, and there were a lot of white jerseys there with him, so I'm wondering what's going on here.
The only thing I could think of was a late play from behind the line of scrimmage, and the Raiders have backed themselves up about 10 yards at the moment.
Dang it.
So we'll see. It'll be holding against the Raiders. That penalty was declined by Mancelona, so it'll be that original loss of 5 or so. Second, and it looks to be a short 16 coming up for the Raiders. 1:18 to go. So if nothing else, you'd like to get it within the 15-yard line. But a good completion here, and still going down the field inside the 10, Mr. Carter Greenacre.
So nice to have a receiver who's a nice tall target, like Carter Greenacre, number 5.
Also an up-and-coming basketball star for Charlevoix.
Absolutely. It was good watching him play last year.
So that'll be enough for the first down as they got the official measurement. So it'll be first and goal from just inside the 10. A minute to go exactly. Colin Jess rolling out.
He's to the 5.
Working to the edge.
Nope.
Meets one tackler, avoids a couple more, still on his feet, and tumbles inside about the 5. Wow. No quitting that man. And the Raiders call a timeout here to talk things over, draw up a couple more plays with 50 seconds to go to punch this one in. We're going to stay right here and thank another one of our fine sponsors, BC Pizza. Fans all around, it's pizza time, and BC Pizza is making it easier than ever to get you and your family a homemade handmade hometown gourmet pizza from the one and only BC Pizza right here in Charlevoix. You're also welcome to try their grinders, salads, and their other specialty pizzas. You'll know right away after the first bite, you made the best choice in pizza. That's BC Pizza. My mouth is watering a little bit thinking about that. And Sky Media 45, where we have a moment, our friend Tom Clementson, who is the Gaylord St. Mary play-by-play for our company. And he's also done some great drone photography for all of our teams and brought us drone out for a St. Francis game here a couple of weeks ago. Got some live over-the-field shots. Need to enhance your brand? Sky Media 45 combines excellent photography with post-production to create stunning video and image content. Showcase your community, event, or business with our expert aerial solutions. We're ready to fly for you. Visit them online at skymedia45.com.
And so then we also had somebody text in or message me through Facebook. Mr. Todd Thompson.
Hey,
yeah,
Todd. Good man.
Works at Ace Hardware, and his wife Jody works at our elementary school as the elementary school teacher, and they are watching. And Jody, thank you for being a teacher and serving the students of Charlevoix. Said they love our commentary and that we're entertaining. That they love us and we love them too.
All right, well, Charlevoix, what they drew up didn't quite work the way they planned. So Moran still kept short by about 3 yards. Namchev there on the tackle. So another timeout here taken by Charlevoix. 3rd and goal from the 3 with 38.7 seconds to go in the half. We will step aside this time for a quick commercial break. Be back after this.
Are you or someone you know in need of commercial, residential, or marine electrical work? Look no further than Charlevoix's best, Wilmot Electric. Serving our community for 35 years, Wilmot Electric has just what you need to keep you and your family safe year-round with their highly professional team that works hard to find a solution to all of your electrical needs. That's Wilmot Electric. Call them today at 231-547-5583 or visit them online at wilmotelectric.com.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
All right, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. 38 seconds to go in the half. Ian Moran trying to get this one through the Mancelona line, and he's not able to once again. So the Raiders in a hurry-up offense.
Going for it on 4th down.
3 receivers. And a timeout called just before the snap for the Ironman. 21 seconds to go. 4th and 5 now. 4th and goal from the 5, rather, for the Raiders. I don't know, Ann. Do you try and go for it again, or do you send Peter Jan Chulich out to at least get 3 points on the board, bring it within 2, and come out strong in the second half? At least get some points. Instead of allowing Mancelona to potentially hold them to 0 here, then come out swinging the second half and go up by 2 scores.
I'm thinking we're going to go for it. But I'm also saying that as a Lions fan, knowing that the Lions would go for it.
Oh, for sure.
I think we go for it.
Okay.
So.
Well, while we have a moment, Ace Hardware of Charlevoix. Charlevoix Ace Hardware is proud to continually be a supporter of Charlevoix school sports and the community. The team at Ace Hardware loves Charlevoix, and they're always there when you need them. Open 7 days a week, right on M66. That's Ace Hardware of Charlevoix. All right.
4th and goal. What do we got to lose? Let's go.
Twins to the top, to the bottom. Talon Jacobs to the top of your screen. In shotgun, Moran next to Jess. Here we go. Jess rolling out.
Ooh,
big pressure already from Mancelona. He's wrapped up in the backfield, still on his feet. And the play's blown dead.
That should not have been blown dead. I absolutely disagree with that. He was still on his feet, and he was still running. Why did they blow that dead?
I don't know. The Charlevoix faithful was not happy about that either. They probably figured he would be brought down soon enough. A preemptive whistle blow with that.
And that does happen. The refs are human, and I get that. But I'm like, he was still scrambling. He was still going. Unless when his hand hit the turf, is that a down in high school football?
Could be. I didn't even see his hand hit it, to be honest. So that's that could very possibly be. No matter what, Mancelona stands strong here, holds Charlevoix from getting points on the board. So they will hold the lead going into the halftime break, 12-7. So it'll be a tepid halftime break with the homecoming festivities to come after this. The marching band about to take the field, and we will have the king and queen coronation. In the meantime, we will step aside for a couple minutes, get some ads in, and we'll bring all of that to you live here in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go anywhere for our homecoming night festivities. Stay tuned.
Today's game brought to you by Bingham Insurance Services, Charlevoix State Bank, Wilmot Electric, Charlevoix Auto, The Villager Pub, Swanson, K&D, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, Fresh Coast Sliders, Martin Concrete, Charlevoix Ace Hardware, Charlevoix Agency Insurance, Sky Media 45, The Lake House, Power Feed of Charlevoix, South Point Collision, Bartlett's Home Interiors, Culver's of Charlevoix, Skydive Charlevoix, BC Pizza, Great Lakes Asphalt Services, Gray Gables, Charlevoix Barber Shop, Professional Seamless Gutters, Spencer Bryan of O'Brien Real Estate, and Ward Marina. We thank you for watching tonight's game.
Hi there, Hannah again with Charlevoix Auto. Don't let summer pass you by. Get into a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram today and make this the summer event. Lease a sleek new Compass for an amazing $339 a month. Elevate your journey in a stylish Grand Cherokee for $429 a month. Or unleash the power of a 4x4 Ram pickup for $459 a month. Don't miss out on getting into your perfect ride for less at Charlevoix Auto on US 31 South near the Charlevoix Airport. Your trusted local dealership.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Your next stop for flavor, freshness, and fun is Gray Gables Restaurant. Since 1936, we've been serving up delicious gourmet dishes and drinks in a warm and inviting atmosphere. Everything is made using fresh ingredients, including locally sourced meat and fish. Our bar features several local Michigan beers on tap and an excellent bourbon selection. Did you know we also cater? Let Gray Gables enhance your next event with our catering services.
Come dine with us at the Gray Gables Restaurant in Charlevoix the Beautiful.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to our halftime show presented by Charlevoix Auto, Martin Concrete, and Bartlett's Home Interiors. We're going to send it down to the band for a few moments and then the coronation to follow. Stay tuned for all this great festivities.
Next, from the movie Titanic, the great love theme, My Heart Will Go On. Eric, get his hook from the secondhand store. We close our performance with music from Pirates of the Caribbean.
All right, we'll bring you back in, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd asked and we delivered. It's been a treat to be able to show the talents of our marching band down there, led by Mr. Jake Bronson. And, of course, you and I have a lot of praise for these young men and women down there on the field.
We do, and Mr. Bronson's our director for the Charlevoix Community Band in the summer, in
Yeah.
which Shane and I are both members, and he's done an absolutely outstanding job with all those kids down there.
No doubt about it. And we want to give special kudos, of course, to Ryan Glass, who does double duty out there on the field for football, but also stays out there on the field and does a phenomenal job at trombone, just like his older brothers, Andrew and Will. Both of them have played trombone over the years.
That's true. They both have, didn't they?
And Will, I recall him in high school. He was a great trombone player. A lot of fun to be with. He was in my grade.
Yep. But kudos for doing double duty and playing in the game and playing hard on offense and defense both, and then sticking around for halftime to be out there in a band. Because music is an important part of education. And whether you're listening to the pep band, whether you're listening at a basketball game, whether you're listening to the band on the field or in the stands at a football game, they add a lot to the environment. They add a lot of energy to the sports.
No doubt about it. All right. So we're going to get into our script here for the homecoming halftime script. And just a moment ago, there he is down there on the field, our homecoming parade grand marshal, Doug Drenth.
Doug Drenth.
Coming out onto the field.
Yep, it's good to see him. Good to see him with a cane. He's been a staple within the community for as long as a lot of us can remember. He started his career in Charlevoix as an educator and an administrator, and he continues to give back as a coach. He is the city course manager for the municipal golf course and a community inspiration. We're deeply thankful and honored to have Doug Drenth represent our Raider community as our homecoming grand marshal. It's great to see Doug out there.
Yeah, we've got our homecoming king from 2024, David Gray, as he's returning tonight from the University of Michigan, majoring in information sciences with a minor in Spanish. Our 2024 Queen Gemma Bonney is also joining us from the University of Michigan, majoring in sociology on the pre-law track. And we want to
welcome both back. Wolverines coming back from U of M for the weekend. That's awesome.
Well, they're good. They're good people, so I'll say go blue for them. But I'm a Sparty fan through and through. Otherwise,
well, I am too, and I'm a Spartan alumni. But I'll say glow blue. Those are David and Gemma are just absolutely outstanding. Our crown bearers this evening are Evelyn and Cade. Evelyn is the daughter of a high school teacher, Mr. Eric Wazinski, and Molly Wazinski. Evelyn's in kindergarten. Her favorite thing about school is share time. And Kay is the son of the high school teachers, Mrs. Courtney Kredovic and Steve Kredovic. Kay is in kindergarten, and his favorite thing about school is spending time with his friends and quality time with his teachers. And now they're introducing the court. You want to get the first one?
Sure, I'll take the first one. So we've gotten our first couple here, Kira Bonney and Matthew Solomon. Kira Bonney is the proud daughter of Jim and Nikki Bonney. During high school, she participated in varsity tennis, student council, Z Club, band, art club, Model United Nations, JV volleyball, and the Green Team. While she is still undecided in which field she'd like to go to after high school, Kira would like to attend college somewhere. Matthew Solomon is the son of Joe and Ann Solomon. Throughout high school, he has been a part of the varsity cross-country and track teams, student council, performing arts, quiz bowl, green team, marching band, journalism, as well as a scorekeeper for the basketball program. After high school, he plans to attend college. He is currently undecided where he wants to attend, but he wants to pursue a degree in secondary education mathematics. Boy, and a gentleman right after your own heart.
I know,
there.
I love working with him at basketball games too. Next up is Alessandra Jess. She is the proud daughter of Robert and Zizi Jess. In high school, she was involved in student council, Model UN, Fusion Problem Solver, Z Club, track and field, and Clash Royale Club. Allie plans on majoring in public relations, and Benjamin Schultz is the son of Tom and Stacy Schultz. In high school, he's been involved in NHS Student Council, Youth Advisory Committee, SAFE in Northern Michigan, the Clash Royale Club, Fishing Club, FCA, and Varsity Soccer. After high school, Ben plans to attend college, but is still undecided on to where to go.
Keeping right on schedule here, next up is Carly Maddock and Shane Beer. Carly Maddock is the daughter of Ann and Jeff Maddock. In high school, Carly participated in Zonta, SAFE in Northern Michigan, FCA, and softball. Carly plans on attending Michigan State University to major in psychology. Shane Beer is the son of Jason and Kathy Beer. Throughout high school, Shane gave back to the community by donating his blood regularly since being eligible. After high school, Shane plans on going to North Central Michigan College to pursue nursing and then further that at Oakland University in the CRNA program.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing him as a Timberwolf. Next up, we have Hannah Miller. Hannah is the daughter of Susie Ann Dixon and Josh Miller. In high school, she participated in Green Team, Safe in Northern Michigan, FCA, Zonta, Young Life, and Varsity, cross country, basketball, and soccer. After high school, Hannah plans on getting her Bachelor's of Science in a nursing degree at Northern Michigan University. Escorting her is Sawyer Blazik. He is the son of Aaron and Jesse Blazik. In high school, he has been involved in football, wrestling, baseball, NHS, and Green Team. After graduation, he plans on going to college to wrestle, and he's considering Lakeland, Grand Valley State, and Northern Michigan. He plans to go into the medical field to become a physical therapist.
Very nice. And our final couple here tonight, we have Abby Wise and Bryce Boss. Abby Wise is the daughter of Joe and Leah Wise. In high school, Abby has participated in performing arts, FCA, volleyball, Zonta, Green Team, peer-to-peer, Model United Nations, National Honor Society, tennis, and Safe in Northern Michigan. After graduation, Abby plans to pursue a degree in the psychological sciences. Bryce Boss is the son of Scott and Katie Boss. In high school, Bryce has participated in NHS, Safe in Northern Michigan, Student Council, Basketball, Golf, Green Team, and the Clash Royale Club, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Bryce is currently undecided on what he wants to do after high school. All right, and we've got 10 marvelous young ladies and gentlemen down there on the field representing the court this evening. I cannot wait to see who gets the crown.
I can't either. And I was talking to the superintendent, Mike Ritter, before the game, and it happens every year. How do you pick one kid? All 5 of these gals are very deserving. All 5 of these guys are very deserving and picked by their peers, which is absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm. All right, our homecoming king for 2025 is Matthew Solomon. Congratulations to him. Oh, my goodness.
Matthew has been running the table for basketball since middle school. Since I can remember. He is so involved. He's so great, and he's doing such a great job on the cross-country team, making it to the state finals and things, and he's just an incredibly gifted academic student as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you won't find a nicer guy.
No, he is just the epitome of kindness and nicety, and he comes from a great family as well.
A family that's very involved in Charlevoix.
All right, Ann. Our homecoming queen is coming up. You want to take this one, or do you want me to?
You take it.
All right. Our 2025 homecoming queen is Miss Abby Wise. Congratulations to her. Another fine young lady down there representing this high school class, and there goes Gemma Body out to give her flowers and the crown. 2 very deserving people down there right at midfield.
Yep, and she's got Evelyn Kredovic with her, carrying that tiara.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Moran and Sterrett and Ryan Glass, and Sawyer Blazik will now be knighted by the queen.
Yeah.
She's got to do the dubbing with her scepter.
Ryan Glass, Garrison Sterrett, Ian Moran.
And Sawyer Blazik.
Sawyer Blazik, yes, indeed. They'll get their crowning. Their knighthood, rather. We're going to step away. This has been your Martin Concrete, Charlevoix Auto, and Bartlett's Home Interior halftime show. We have to squeeze in some ads, so we'll be back after this.
Have you ever wanted to try skydiving? This is Luther from Skydive Charlevoix. We specialize in first-time tandem skydiving and offer the best views in the entire Midwest. Jump from up to 2 miles high and free fall as fast as 120 miles per hour. Then, when the parachute opens, you can enjoy a peaceful canopy ride back to the landing area. Skydive Charlevoix also offers a scenic flight with every tandem jump. Enjoy an amazing bird's-eye view of Grand Traverse Bay, Little Traverse Bay, Beaver Island, and the entire northern Michigan shoreline. It's easy to book your jump online at skydivecharlevoix.com. That's skydivecharlevoix.com.
The Villager Pub has been a mainstay in Charlevoix dining culture for over 40 years. Situated right downtown, their friendly and experienced staff will make you feel right at home from the days of a bygone era. With a wide selection on tap and an expansive menu to pick from, sit back and relax in the pub and enjoy their eclectic 1950s era memorabilia. Stop in and see them today at 427 Bridge Street or visit them online to look at their menu at thevillagerpub.com.
I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more, the Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Are you or someone you know in need of commercial, residential, or marine electrical work? Look no further than Charlevoix's best, Wilmot Electric. Serving our community for 35 years, Wilmot Electric has just what you need to keep you and your family safe year-round with their highly professional team that works hard to find a solution to all of your electrical needs. That's Wilmot Electric. Call them today at 231-547-5583 or visit them online at wilmotelectric.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in. What a great halftime show between the band and, of course, the coronation. And Mr. Solomon and Abby Wise both getting their flowers and crowns.
Congratulations to them. Congratulations, Matthew Solomon and Abby Wise. And I get to work basketball next to royalty this weekend. Not this week, but this season coming up. So I'm super excited about that.
All right, the Raider fans need to get on their feet and cheer for this squad as they are down 12-7 as they get ready to kick this one off. And we do want to take a brief moment to catch up on our chat line here on YouTube. Thank you all for letting us know where you're watching from. Angie Reynolds shouting out Ann.
Woohoo!
Brady Warchall shouting out Grayson Warchall. Got a couple different people from Minnesota and Utah watching in.
Awesome.
Awesome to see that indeed. And for you guys wondering who to root for, well, you're watching a Charlevoix Raider broadcast, but if you root for Mancelona, we won't be hurt too much. But we do appreciate you tuning in from wherever you're watching from as the Raiders get this boot off. Bennett gets it down at about the 15 and works his way south of the 35.
Not a bad catch and return for Bennett. Good to see the Raiders right there for him. So let's see. We have a big group of band members on the track right in front of us right now.
I'm curious to see what that's all about. But Caitlin Titus there on the stop to keep Bennett from going any farther. So the ball will be spotted at the 36, and we want to thank Edge Attractants. Make the most of your time in the great outdoors this fall with Power Feed from Edge Attractants. That's Edge Attractants located right in Ironton or on Facebook. Give yourself the edge this fall with Power Feed from Edge Attractants in Ironton.
Quarterback keeper.
Jeff hanging on to this one. He's got some speed behind him and gets tripped up in the last moment by Doug Morgridge, just crossing into Raider territory.
That was a shoestring tackle. Dougie barely got him by his feet, but it was enough to bring him down. So tripped him up, got the tackle, gets the credit. That does move the chains for Mancelona, though. The defense.
If it wasn't for Doug Morgridge, that would have been a dangerous look. He didn't have much more between him and the end zone down there.
That's very true. That's very true. Come on, Raiders. Let's go defense. Big D right here.
Somebody keep us updated on the Tigers game as well, as that started within the last 20 minutes. We're happy to know how that's going.
And don't forget to send us pictures of your cats and dogs.
Yeah. Bennett here with another powerful run. Gets down inside the 40. Gain of at least 7 coming up for them.
Bennett on the tackle. Taken down by a pair of glasses.
You know,
there you go. That was a
hey,
nice
nice. A pair of glasses.
Yeah, I like that. Shout out Dan Terryberry.
Yeah, Andrew Glass and Ryan Glass on the tackle. A pair of glasses. So he's probably held on to that one for a while, and he's been wanting to use it.
What a good moment for that. So it'll be second and about 4, short 4 coming up here from Mancelona. And speaking of 4, Bennett working his way up once again. He'll be stopped short of the line of gain by just a little bit. A couple of Raiders coming up off the pile there.
Blazek came off the pile, and I'm looking at Ian Moran that came off of there too.
Taken down by Ryan Glass and Ian Moran.
Oh, Ryan Glass on the tackle again, and Ian Moran. Okay.
So we gain a 2. 3rd and 2 coming up here for Mancelona. Again, no doubt they've done great on 4th down conversions so far tonight. This will be 2-down territory for them inside of the Raider 40.
All right, here we go.
Nomchev with 3 men in the backfield behind him. And a flag here coming up on the far side.
Plays called dead, so is that offensive? Is he calling?
Nope.
No,
Charlevoix
defensive
once again.
encroachment. Oh,
Again.
that hurts. That hurts. Going to give him a first down.
3rd penalty at the line of scrimmage for Charlevoix. 2 false starts. And now this to add on top.
Is that the second time we've given them a first down on encroachment, or is that the 3rd time? I think it might be the second, because I know we did it in the first half.
So
Okay,
tough
come
look
on.
for Charlevoix. You
Come
had them
on,
3rd
D-line.
and 2. Gave them the free 5-yard conversion. Going to be another take up by Nomchev. He'll hang on to that one.
Only a yard or 2 on that one, so that's good.
Well, we have a moment. The Lake House of Charlevoix with Eric Huffman battling the elements up there in Harbor Springs. He and Jared Stamen are on top of the press box in Harbor Springs doing the game tonight because there's no room inside. So from the moment you walk into the Lake House, the essence of easy living and life on the water shines through. They have unique gifts including home accessories and furry friend items. Their assortment of gifts and home decor is perfect for your home, cottage, or boat. Come visit the Lake House to commemorate your visit to one of Michigan's premier resort destinations. They're located at 403 Bridge Street, or visit them online at thelakehouseCharlevoix.com. They're also a proud sponsor not only of Next Level Broadcasting, but of Charlevoix Sports. And there is a nice tackle job by the Raiders coming off the pile, Ryan Glass.
And Landon Whistler, number 3 and number 55. Nice job. Boy, Ryan Glass is waking up here. We're hearing him. Tackle Ryan Glass. Tackle by Ryan Glass. Tackle by Ryan Glass. Keep it up, Ryan. You're a great guy. He is such a nice guy, too.
All those Glass boys are all fine people.
Truly.
And the whole family. I mean, the parents, of course, and Mrs. Glass, a long-time Spanish teacher here in Charlevoix.
Again, thank you for teaching.
Yep.
I always need to thank our teachers for everything they do, because I know everything they do. And the good ones make it look easy. You see 10% of the work, and that 90% behind the scenes
Here
does
we
not
go.
get a
lot
lot
of
of
work
credit.
for Nomchev to get this one off, and he'll throw this one away. Bounces off the track. So it'll be 4th and 9. They did convert a 4th and 9 earlier from roughly the same spot on the field. See if they can do it again. Be 8:21 to go in the 3rd quarter. Trying to, again, make this a 2-possession lead.
I'm like, after that last 4th down conversion that they made in the first half, whoever's our safety, I'd be really leery about a long pass again.
I know. Real quick, Martin Concrete. Looking for work done right? Then look no further than Charlevoix's very own Martin Concrete. Concrete patios, foundations, and so much more. You don't just take our word for it. See for yourself visiting their website at martinconcretecharlevoix.com. They are your concrete specialists. Here goes Nomchev rolling out, trying to make the throw, and that one will be bobbled, not able to be brought in is Lucas Keller. Raiders get a big 4th down stop there. Did they ever need that?
They did. And the thing about it is Keller was wide open. And if he got his hands on it, it bounced out. If he could have pulled that in, that would have been another 4th down conversion. So Raiders, it's their opportunity right now to get back in the game, and every team is going to face adversity, and they've got to march down the field and get this in the end zone right here.
Yeah, and this will be a little tough on the pass play. There's still some strong wind out there. We feel it just coming in the window a little bit as debris blows from north to south across the ball field. The Raiders will be going right into it.
Let's look up the National Weather Service while it still exists.
Yeah. Right.
No kidding.
8:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Be a quick handoff here to none other than Mr. Ian Moran, and he won't gain more than a yard or so there.
Now, I didn't know this was going to happen. I'm seeing our winds pick up tonight. It's 57 right now, and winds are at 22 when we're gusting up to 29 right now. I didn't expect winds to get stronger overnight tonight.
Well, one thing that does get strong is the smell of wonderful food being cooked at Grey Gables. Grey Gables Restaurant and Catering takes pride in featuring a nuanced dining experience in Charlevoix since 1936. Modern twist on elegant bliss awaits you as you set foot into the Grey Gables located on 308 Belvedere Avenue. And if you want even more, you can ask them about their catering options for special events such as a wedding, family get-together, and anything else. That's Grey Gables in Charlevoix as that pass gets kind of deflected there. Jacobs, the intended receiver. This will be 3rd and 9 coming up for Charlevoix. They've had a lot of long 3rd down looks so far this evening. This is another one deep in their own territory. The wind whipping. You could see it there a moment ago on the ref's jersey.
And the winds are going to continue to be about 20 miles an hour for the rest of this game. Our wind chill right now is about 51.
Okay.
So it's feeling chilly to everybody.
Everyone bundled up pretty well below. Charlevoix needs a conversion here in a big way. Only scoring 7 through the first half. Have not done that so far this season. Nice completion to Ian Moran. Gets a couple of tackles, though, finally brought down at about the 38.
You know, it's got to be tough to be Moran. He's got a target on his back because they know he's our go-to guy. He does it all.
Big decision here for Charlevoix. At the 37 is where they mark the ball. 4th and 5. They should punt this one away, and indeed it looks like Moran's back there to do so. It's had a big 4th down stop, but we're not able to get more than about 20 yards in the opposite direction.
I would. There's no way I'm going to give Mancelona the ball in this territory. And here we go. There's nice boot.
To the teeth of the wind. The wind knocks it down. It'll stop at about the 41 and a half is where Colin Jess puts a hand on it. So the Raiders give the ball back to Mancelona. 12-7, 6.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. We're going to step aside for another break. Be back after this.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for Mancelona at their own 41. Trying to add to this 5-point lead that they have currently. Could be as much as a 16-7 game, but they've missed both of their 2-point conversions so far. Nice stop here defensively by the Raiders, only allowing a couple in. Ryan Glass on the tackle.
Again,
my gosh.
Ryan Glass.
You know, we've got that Culver's Concrete Mixer Player of the Game award to give out at the end of the game, as well as the Charlevoix Agency Insurance Play of the Game. So, Ann, we've got some thinking to do between now and the end of the game.
Okay.
See who gets those awards. 2nd and a short 7 coming up here from the 44-yard line of Mancelona. Just under 6 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Quick handoff and quick wrap-up, too. Yep, Sawyer Blazik had him right away.
Yep. So a gain of about 1.5 yards leads at 3rd and 4. Raiders need a big stop here. It'd be good to keep Mancelona inside of their own territory. They'll punt this one away. Especially because the wind will be blowing at their back, so the ball will go only farther.
It's October. Fall has shown up.
That's right.
In a big way.
3 men in the backfield. Only 2 receivers here. There'll be a handoff to Bennett immediately. Yes, indeed. Sawyer Blazik and Landon Whistler on the wrap-up for Charlevoix.
Nice. Playing in his senior homecoming game.
Yeah, that's
a nice power play down there, right there by Blazik.
A big, big night. Next week is senior night for Charlevoix, and that's against our arch rival, Boyne City, coming to town. So, boy, Sawyer Blazik and all the rest of the seniors on our squad going to have to show up big time for that game. But they can't let this one get past their sights either. Still down 5.
Gotta play the 4.5 minutes of this quarter and another full quarter as we punt away.
That one bounces at the 25. Moran content to let that one go out at about the 16.
Probably a good choice.
Yep. So Raiders will have 84 yards of field to work with against the wind on the other side of this commercial break that we'll take. Be back in a moment.
Hi Hi there, Hannah again with Charlevoix Auto. Don't let summer pass you by. Get into a new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram today and make this the summer event. Lease a sleek new Compass for an amazing $339 a month. Elevate your journey in a stylish Grand Cherokee for $429 a month. Or unleash the power of a 4x4 Ram pickup for $459 a month. Don't miss out on getting into your perfect ride for less at Charlevoix Auto on US 31 South near the Charlevoix Airport. Your trusted local dealership.
Whistler. All right, coming back into this one, ladies and gentlemen. Raiders got nowhere fast. In fact, they lost 4.
They did, but Titus got the ball. Unfortunately, the field is wet. We have had a lot of rain today. I know it doesn't look like it tonight, but we rained all day until about 5, 6 o'clock. And then the sun came out for the game, which is fantastic. But that field is wet, and Titus went down there. He slipped, which automatically in high school football puts him down. He did try to pick up the ball and go, and the refs are like, nope, you were down, which are the rules we have to play by. Those pesky rules. Oh, my goodness.
3:40 to go in the third. Raiders buried down at their own 10-yard line, trying to get some forward momentum here. Landon Whistler, Garrison Sterrett with a decent gain of about 10 or so, depending on where they spot the ball. It could be about a 9-yard gain up to the 19. So it'll be 3rd and 6 coming up for Charlevoix.
I thought he was going to be clear on that.
I know.
I was getting all excited. I'm like, go, go, go.
Another last-minute tackle, but we got to get South Point Collision in here. It's football season in northern Michigan. You can certainly feel it tonight. That also means it's deer season. So if you, a family member, or your son or daughter happen to get a deer, not in the woods, but instead in the middle of the road, then head on in to South Point Collision. And they'll take $100 off your auto repair simply by mentioning this ad. South Point Collision wants to keep the fun in football season and keep you on the road during deer season. Here we go. Jessen shotgun. He'll keep this one for himself.
Get that first down.
Get that first down. And he's got the first down. No, the ball is out. Mancelona gets it back. Oh, my goodness. The Ironman coming up strong here defensively. Jess gets the ball punched out. Oh, there is a flag. We'll see what this... the way tonight's going, it'll be against the Raiders.
Hey, think positive. Think positive. We're always trying to think positive here. Waiting on that. While we wait, I will say I have had, a deer hit my car.
Oh.
And South Point took care of it. You couldn't even tell it happened. So kudos to South Point Collision.
So it was a penalty against the Raiders. Mancelona declined. They recovered the fumble. And they will have it at the Charlevoix 20-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. 2:38 to go in the third. Actually, they just moved the spot. I was looking at the chain gain. It'll be spotted down at about the 17. Even worse. All right, Bartlett's Home Interiors, celebrating 75 years of serving northern Michigan. The best selection of furniture, flooring, Serta mattresses, and Hunter Douglas window treatments have been at Bartlett's. Bartlett's Home Interiors is the name you can trust for all your projects, big or small. See for yourself at their 35,000 square foot showroom in Charlevoix on M66 or online at bartlettshomeinteriors.com. Nomchev takes a snap, hangs onto it for himself, tries to jump over the pile, gets a few there. Down to about the 15.
He did try and jump there, and I'm not quite sure why.
Only gains 2, so it'll be 2nd and 8 coming up for them. Gage shouting out Ryan here, saying good play by Ryan a few moments ago. Indeed, he's had some great tackles so far tonight. And we thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for shouting, giving those shout-outs and mentions there on the YouTube chat box. It helps boost the algorithm, get us more viewers, and promote our product here at Next Level Broadcasting. And a quick double handoff gets it to Lucas Keller. Haven't called his name a ton tonight.
But it looks like Kalen Titus, number 7, was on that tackle, and Morchall.
It was a quick double handoff between Nomchev, then to Bennett, then finally to Keller. Trying to sneak their way around the Raider defensive line. Got nowhere fast. Again, just as you said, thankfully Titus was there. So it'll be 3rd and a short 7 with 1 minute, 20 seconds to go in this third quarter. Mancelona knocking on the Raider doorstep. Ball positioned right at the 15. Full receiving core out here. Empty backfield. Nomchev will take it for himself on the QB keeper.
Number
Wrapped
6.
up. That'll be a 4th down and about 7 here, depending on the spot.
Nice job by Ian Moran. He got in the backfield immediately and brought him down. I'm finding I'm kind of tense right now.
Yeah. So 4th down and a...
Everyone else probably is tense too. Sorry.
No, you're good. 4th down and a long 6 or 7, 6, 7, somewhere in there. Some of the younger viewing audience, if they're listening, might understand that reference.
What did I miss there? Because I am not part of the younger audience.
I'll explain it here.
I'm part of the older audience.
Yeah. I've been looking to do that for a little while. I'll explain it here in a little
Okay.
bit.
Please do, because I think they're going to let the clock
They
go
are.
down to the quarter.
So while we've got that time to do so, we want to thank Villager Pub. Villager Pub has been a cornerstone in downtown Charlevoix for over 40 years. With their wide-ranging menu and eclectic atmosphere from a bygone era, it is the perfect place to bring your family, a date, or anyone to relax, unwind, and enjoy a tasty meal cooked and served by their experienced and friendly staff. Visit the Villager Pub today at 427 Bridge Street or visit them online at thevillagerpub.com. And it looks to be we have a timeout on the field for whatever reason. Yeah.
Well, it's 4th down. I'm sure Mancelona wants to talk about what do they do and come up with a play. And they've come up with some doozies. Give them I got to give them credit. But we need our Raider defense to talk about this too and stay strong and get that ball back.
So Emma might be able to explain this better than I can even, but I think the whole 6-7 thing was just a TikTok trend for the longest time. A bunch of young teenagers came up with this random choice of numbers to represent some scary thing. Oh, from a song, a rap song. Okay, all right. And, of course, the youngsters take that and run with it and blow it up for whatever reason. Came a big thing. Even Al Michaels, I heard him go on the air and mention this and got a lot of attention. So I thought, you know what? I'll play into it a little bit as well.
And then there's the old person here going, I don't even have a TikTok account.
I know. It makes as little sense to me as it does to you, I'm sure, but it is unfortunately part of my generation. So
okay, let's see what Mancelona does here on this 4th down.
So it is a 4th and 6 after all. After all that. Bennett in motion here. Going for the pass play. Nomchev, and that goes out of Bennett's hands, and the Raiders will be able to take over with 4.5 seconds to go in the 3rd from their own 15.
That
what a
was
moment.
the same pass they did on the last time they tried a 4th down conversion, and he was wide open again.
Yep.
So I'm glad it was there. It did pop out, and it looked like Titus maybe had a chance to get that ball, but it was just out of reach for him. So I'm happy that the Raiders are taking over. Let's march down the field and put another 7 on the board.
That's what we need to do.
Because the Raiders have stopped them now twice from getting in that end zone again. So this game is within reach for the Raiders.
2 consecutive drives inside the 20-yard line. Yeah, and we get a few yards gained there. And just as the quarter buzzer sounds, that's Moran. So that'll be about 5 yards gained. So we'll step into this final quarter break and come back in 60 seconds on the other side of this.
Located in Charlevoix, Michigan, is Martin Concrete, where they specialize in residential concrete construction, providing high-quality concrete work and guaranteeing customer satisfaction. They're proud to serve Charlevoix and the surrounding areas. No job is too big or too small for Martin Concrete, with services ranging from concrete slabs, footings, driveways, retaining walls, and much more. There's nothing that Martin Concrete can't do regarding concrete. That's Martin Concrete, online at martinconcretecharlevoix.com or give them a call at 231-838-9610.
All right, coming back into this, ladies and gentlemen, the Raiders We're able to get a stop on 4th down. Ian Moran had a powerful 7-yard run, so it'll be 2nd and a long 3 coming up. And he'll tote the rock once more, but not able to get much there. Ooh. So at the moment, with a school bowl start here, and the ALDS Game 5, Emma Brown was able to bring up the game live for us to check in on. The Mariners are up 1-0, bottom of the 2nd. So we'll see if the Tigers can hold on. But a yard gain there, maybe 2 from Moran. So it'll be 3rd and a long yard, short 2 yards coming up.
Looks like, is that Moran or Whistler in the backfield with him? And shotgun. Right there, right there. Come on, come on.
Oh, tripped up again. Oh, boy.
That is 4th and short. I say we go for it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it.
Sawyer Moran, excuse me. Sawyer Blazik certainly wants to.
Come on, O-line. O-line just, I don't know. Time for a tush push?
You know, that thought, I was going to say the exact same thing. Has the Raiders worked on the tush push yet? I don't know. But Landon Whistler and Grayson Warchall come back out onto the field.
As the band plays suspenseful music on the 4th down. What will we do?
And we're going for it. Quite possibly the biggest moment of the game right here for the Raiders. 10:30 to go. Down 5. And we're going to call a timeout on the Raiders sideline. So we're going to step aside as well. Come back after this.
Located in Charlevoix, Michigan, is Martin Concrete, where they specialize in residential concrete construction, providing high-quality concrete work and guaranteeing customer satisfaction. They're proud to serve Charlevoix and the surrounding areas. No job is too big or too small for Martin Concrete, with services ranging from concrete slabs, footings, driveways, retaining walls, and much more. There's nothing that Martin Concrete can't do regarding concrete. That's Martin Concrete, online at martinconcretecharlevoix.com or give them a call at 231-838-9610.
Bartlett's Home Interiors is your hometown home furnishing store, serving northern Michigan since 1950. Your perfect fit is waiting for you here. Among our large selection of furniture, flooring, Serta mattresses, and Hunter Douglas window treatments, our experienced staff can help with the details that are important to you to transform your space. Come explore our 35,000 square foot showroom today or visit us at bartlettshomeinteriors.com. Bartlett's Home Interiors, where you're always at home. M66 North, Charlevoix.
All right, here we go. Big moment for the Raiders. 4th and 1 conversion. And we've got it. Still, oh no, the ball's out once again. Twice fumbled if this comes to be Mancelona ball. Waiting on the official signal from the ref. Raiders come away with a huge, huge break. It was recovered by Moran. The Raiders hang on for dear life on this possession. They converted the 4th and 1 inside their own 30. Fumbled it and were able to recover.
Thank goodness for Moran. Again, the Swiss Army knife of the team, which I got from Shane.
Oh, my God. Another run up the gut. I may only be 21, but I have had a number of gray hairs so far in my life, and I'm growing a few more after this game. I can tell you that much.
This one is stressful, and thus far this season, we haven't been in this position. So I have full faith in the Raiders.
So a 3-yard gain up the gut here once again.
Moran's the workhorse tonight, too.
Yeah, I know. So we'll see. Raiders trying to get beyond the 35 for the first time in a while. Be a quick pass out to the flats, caught. That'll be enough for first down, and finally to midfield, Carter Greenacre.
He's come up with 2 clutch catches tonight.
Yes.
I like it. Let's keep it going.
Yes, indeed.
50-yard line, baby. Let's go.
Whoa. I don't know if it's just from the moment of the game or the breeze blowing in the window, but I just got a big chill. What a moment here. This is so far the biggest drive of the Raiders season. 9 minutes to go, just over that in the game. Couple of big conversions so far. Worked their way up to midfield. Now the Raiders would feel a bit more comfortable trying to go for it on fourth down if the opportunity came. In pistol, here we go. Hand off to Moran. Gets a jump over the line. Gets into Mancelona territory. Gain of about 3.
What I like he did there is he fell forward.
Yeah.
If you're going to fall and you're on offense, fall forward.
Yep.
All right, I want to hear the whole crowd being like, doing like the "Let's go Raiders, let's go,
The
let's go, come on."
section was finally
Come
doing the
on.
"I believe we will win" chant, but goodness me, it took till they were on the ropes in the fourth corner to finally get that one out.
So he's got both Carter Greenacre and Talon Jacobs out wide. And I'm looking at Garrison Starrett out there, too.
Kind of filling in the gap there.
Ian Moran lined up behind. There we go.
That'll be another Ian Moran handoff.
Oh.
Oh, slips up the turf
Yeah.
monster, caught him. Gain of only 3 there.
Yeah, he tried to cut, and it just slipped.
Be 3rd and about 4 coming up here for Charlevoix. Phantom of the Opera plays in the background in a mid-October night.
It's dark. It's not stormy, and I'm good with that.
Yeah. Colin Jess with new marching orders. Another big 3rd down coming up. Long 4 from the Mancelona 44. Twins to the top and bottom. Moran in shotgun. Garrison Starrett in motion. And Jess will hang on to it. Still gets a push. It was, oh no, the ball looks to be out about again. Hold on. Hold on.
I think that's going to depend on if he was down or.
All right, he
was
was
down. He was called down.
Oh my God, I can't go through that a 3rd time. Jess let one slip out earlier. Nearly had that happen again, but it's enough for the 1st down as he gets to the 41. The tackler from Mancelona actually gave him a push forward by a couple yards as he was trying to bring him down.
I think that's why he got the 1st down.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this as a member of the older community. This is not good for my heart.
No, it's not good for mine. I can only imagine what you're going through. I love you.
I love you too, Shane. As your adopted mother, okay.
Yeah.
Love you too, buddy.
Oh my God. Ay, yay, muy face.
Okay.
2nd and 6 here after a 4-yard gain. Well, they'll call it only about 3 yards. 2nd and a short 7.
At this point in time, I will let everyone and Tony know that my life insurance policy is up to date. Thank you very much. So.
Oh, man.
Who has more fun than people? This is great.
Oh,
it's a good Friday night. It's a good place to be on a Friday
That's right.
night.
This is not a dull game, that's for sure. No running clock tonight. And that'll be a
go
on the sideline, tripped up. Landon Whistler gets it down to the 20. Wow.
Nice fake on that, too, because I thought Starrett had the ball somewhere in there.
I know. 6:09, and the clock starts ticking once again in this game. The Raiders have taken over 6 minutes on this drive. Started at their own 15. Now they're down to the Mancelona 20. Trying to go up by, hopefully, at least 2. If they go for the 2.3, and that would force a Mancelona field goal.
No, that was a go nowhere.
Nowhere. Yes,
Mancelona
indeed.
was right there, number 9 and number 73. Number 9, Parzik, and number 73, Denver Alexander.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So 2nd and 10, still from the 20.
Number 70, Andrew Grogan taking that play out. Also, Colin Jess coming back out.
The unfortunate part with this score is even if the Raiders were stopped here, Jan Chula certainly has the boot with the wind behind him to make the field goal from this spot, but they would still leave them 2 points short, so a must-have touchdown here with 5 minutes to go. Jess looking for a man. Occupied so far. Talon Jacobs is down there in the end zone. He has to take it for himself, though. Finds some open grass and will be held just short of the 1st down.
I don't know, because I can't tell. It looks like they marked him just short of the line of gain. But his receiver was covered, so he had to take off with the ball.
That That was a
3rd and short. Let's go.
Conservative mark there. I thought it would be a little bit closer, but they give them a
did too.
full yard and a bit more on this 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and a short 2 from just north of the 11-yard line. 4:51 now in the game. Twins to the bottom of your screen. Man to the top, pistol back we go. Hand off to Moran. And that'll be enough for the first down. He's still on his feet. That'll be a 1st and goal inside the 10.
1st and goal, Raiders. We're hearing the thunder sticks. We're hearing the cowbells. We're hearing the crowd into it.
As the saying goes, need more cowbell. I'll agree with that for once. This is the only time I'll agree with it because otherwise I can't stand them. But this works for me tonight. It'll be 1st and goal for the Raiders from the 6. 4:30 in the game.
And I know they're looking for Ian to get that ball again. The Mancelona defense is looking at number 6, so I want to see what happens here.
In pistol. Here we go. And it'll be Garrison Starrett.
Yeah. Now, why is there a flag after the play?
I don't know.
What happened with that?
Oh, boy. Let me tell you, I just checked my heart monitor. Over 100 beats per minute just sitting here talking about a game.
Now, we are up 13-12, and that flag did not come out until after that touchdown was signaled. So I don't know what's happening with that, and we may have a penalty.
Could be unsportsmanlike against the Raiders. We'll see.
But they can assess that on the point after attempt.
Yeah.
Personal foul.
Against?
Mancelona.
Yeah. All right. Whoa.
Okay. Personal foul against Mancelona.
We'll take that.
We'll take it.
It'll be enforced on the kickoff. All right, so the Raiders, they're going to talk about it here. They're originally going for the kick, but they're going to go, looks like now, for the 2-point conversion and try and go up by a field goal for Mancelona. 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the game. That'll be a pitch over to Ian Moran. He's going to pass it in, and it's caught. Yes, indeed. Raiders get the 2-point conversion. Landon Whistler.
Nice play. Landon Whistler to number 5. Carter Green.
You know what?
That was good.
I'll agree with
that.
I
love it.
It was the handoff from Jess to Ian Moran, and I do want to make the correction. Carter Greenacre hauled it in there in the back of the end zone.
All right, I can breathe a little easier now. Heart rate can go down.
Oh, my God. All right, we have some commercials to take care of. I don't want to step away, but we have to pay some bills. We'll be back. And here we are. That was the Charlevoix Agency Insurance play of the game. The pitch from Jess to Moran and the pass from Moran to Carter for the 2-point conversion on a line drive. Hits a nosedive.
Yeah!
5, where Mancelona will have to pick it up. Still a solid return from Bennett to get it to about the 17. And Emma made a very astute point here a moment ago. This drive took over 8 minutes for the Raiders to get that score, which is great for the Raiders, as you mentioned, Ann, but not good for our advertising schedule. So we'll have to try and cram some more in here in the final 4 minutes of this game. But my gosh, the Raiders delivered the mail on that 85-yard, 8+ minute drive.
Another thing that helped is that personal foul assessment on the kickoff, putting the Ironman inside their own 20. Is great. All right, we got 4 minutes left in this game. Let's see what happens.
Number 4, Bennett met up by a tough Raider defensive line.
Blazik back in there. I also see Andrew Glass in there. Nice. Mancelona coming back out to the field. They're at center. They're trying to go a little quicker to get the Raiders a little off balance here. Raiders are there in time. Got 2 men in motion for the Ironman. And here we go.
Here we go. Bennett with the second handoff. Mancelona's done this once before. It worked for them pretty well the first time. But I tell you, Lucas Keller wasn't able to get anywhere. Gained maybe 3.
The thing about it is we have Sawyer Blazik coming up with the football, and I don't know how he got it. There wasn't a fumble or anything, but Blazik's down there with the football.
All right, we're going to step aside for another commercial break. Thank our friends at Gray Gables. We'll be back after this.
Your next stop for flavor, freshness, and fun is Gray Gables Restaurant. Since 1936, we've been serving up delicious gourmet dishes and drinks in a warm and inviting atmosphere. Everything is made using fresh ingredients, including locally sourced meat and fish. Our bar features several local Michigan beers on tap and an excellent bourbon selection. Did you know we also cater? Let Gray Gables enhance your next event with our catering services.
Come dine with us at the Gray Gables Restaurant in Charlevoix the Beautiful.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
All right, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. A big third down here for Mancelona. 3rd and 5, a long 5 at that, with 3:05 to go in the game.
Yeah, and we got a message about the great camera work tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Tony Felter texted in about the great camera work tonight and good announcing. And now the Raiders need to stop them and score, and she wants Gemma Bonney to know that she said hi.
Well, that's very nice. Yeah.
Last year's homecoming queen.
And yes, indeed, Ryan Bentley is doing a great job battling the elements down there, providing excellent camera work for this homecoming night and what has been our highest watched game so far this season. So we appreciate everybody watching this really phenomenal game between these two teams.
Good game to watch tonight, as long as the Raiders are on top.
Right, 3 minutes flat to go. And Mnomchev with a big run up the center, still on his feet. The 40, the 45 finally gets pushed out of bounds between Garrison Sterrett and Landon Whistler up close to midfield. Ref stands at the 47. So Ironman not out of this game yet, not by a long shot.
No, they're going to keep fighting the whole way.
Raiders have plenty of work to do in the final 2:50 of this game.
And, you know, during the third quarter, Charlevoix did do a nice job of running the ball and moving it and keeping the clock moving and eating up a lot of the clock of this quarter. Excuse me, I misspoke there. So leaving them with 2:50 here at about the 45-yard line. And it looks like we got a big stop there.
Sawyer Blazik and Mr. Whistler wrapped up Bennett.
See, there's Blazik again.
I know. Boy, it's tough. And that's a loss of almost 2 there.
But Whistler's been in quite a few of the plays tonight, too. We've said his name a lot tonight, too.
It's a multi-headed monster right now between Whistler, Blazik, Ryan Glass, and Carter Greenacre. Got 4 players right now in contention for that Culver's Concrete Mixer Play of the Game award.
Garrison Sterrett, I think, is in that mix as well.
Yeah.
Oh, get him in the backfield. Get him in the backfield. Get him in the backfield.
Still on his feet, but wrapped up. Sack behind the 40.
Number 70 for the Raiders, Andrew Grogan.
Wow.
Would not let go. Fantastic. Looks like we have an injury, though. Whew, wonder if he's a little winded.
Could be after that. Well, I tell you, he stretched the jersey there on Mnomchev. So we're going to step aside and give Mr. Grogan some privacy. We'll be back after this.
Have you ever wanted to try skydiving? This is Luther from Skydive Charlevoix. We specialize in first-time tandem skydiving and offer the best views in the entire Midwest. Jump from up to 2 miles high and free fall as fast as 120 miles per hour. Then, when the parachute opens, you can enjoy a peaceful canopy ride back to the landing area. Skydive Charlevoix also offers a scenic flight with every tandem jump. Enjoy an amazing bird's-eye view of Grand Traverse Bay, Little Traverse Bay, Beaver Island, and the entire northern Michigan shoreline. It's easy to book your jump online at skydivecharlevoix.com. That's skydivecharlevoix.com.
All right, Andrew Grogan's taking a well-deserved stretch break down there. Got the big sack. Brought Nomchev down inside the 40, down to the 38, where he cramped up. Luke Stuck was working on him. Now some of his teammates are as well.
And now Mancelona's taking a timeout.
Okay, hey, Emma, you know, we were getting behind on those ads. This is a great time to keep catching up on them. We'll be back.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more, the Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
All right, coming back in. Obviously 2 down territory here for Mancelona, but my goodness, they have to get all the way beyond.
Third and 19 against the wind.
They have to go back into Raider territory, 19 yards forward in order to get this first down. And that was batted. Oh, my goodness.
By number 14 for the Raiders?
44, Grayson Warshaw got a paw on it there.
Woohoo! Brings up 4th and 19.
Yeah.
The crowd has come alive. And Plazik's out there hyping up the crowd, too. Gotta love that.
121 seconds to go in this game. Do or die time for the Ironmen. They had a massive defensive stand from pretty much midway through the second all the way till the beginning of the fourth quarter. When the Raiders finally took it over, had an 8-minute drive and punched it in. Mancelona trying to mount a miracle of a comeback here.
Oh, they've got 3 receivers out wide.
Make that 4 now.
Going
5.
up, going up. 4 and 19. They're going for it. They got to put it in the air.
5 receivers, non-Jeff. Let's one rip on that. Oh, through the hands of Bennett. And the Raiders get another big stop. Couple plays bleed out the clock, and the Raiders can go home as homecoming champions and stay undefeated in a very hard-fought defensive game.
You know, I don't know. I hate to say that before that final bell goes, because we've got 2 minutes left.
I know.
And we've had some fumbles.
Yep.
And I'm like, you just right now, let's be running the ball and protecting the ball.
Yeah, that's
it.
That's exactly right. And that's why I said just a couple of plays, bleed the clock, and then that's all they have to do.
Yep, take all the time in the world. But they're doing great clock management right now.
So for what it's worth, 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Mancelona 38 with still 2 minutes to go. And it will be a give.
To Ian, keep going, keep going.
Get a couple. Nomchev there on the tackle. Krush as well. And we've got another
timeout on the field.
Okay. Well, Miss Emma, you know what to do.
Get those ads in. Get those ads in.
All right, guys, here's what we get.
Pizza, BC Pizza, hometown handmade gourmet.
Coach, what do we do? We get BC Pizza.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza.
All righty, here we are. are 2nd and 7 for the Raiders after a quick Moran 3-yard gain. The wind has not let up as we see it blowing on the ref's pant legs there.
About 22 miles an hour right now for the winds with gusts up to 29. And I'm looking at our wind chill's about 50 right now, and I'm looking at Adam Streeter down there in just a polo shirt and shorts.
That's a Streeter through
part
and
of the
through.
coach, yeah. Part
Speaking
of the coaching.
Toughness, Ian Moran breaks a few tackles, finally gets brought down by about 3 Ironmen.
And you know what? Speaking of Streeters, too, they do the Streeters. Mr. and Mrs. Streeter do such a great job with Sports Boosters. And they donate so much of their time. So, Becky, if you're listening, love you guys. Thank you for everything you do for Sports Boosters. And I want to encourage parents, if your kids are in sports, hey, Sports Boosters make it happen. Volunteer your time at the concession stand whenever you can, whether it's volleyball, basketball, football, whatever. Sports Boosters can always use your help.
Yeah.
So thank you to the Streeter family for always taking care of Sports Boosters.
No doubt about it.
Even their kids have now graduated. It'd be great for other people to step in and give them a lot of help. And we have a timeout on the field again, I think. Oh, no, the officials are going to confirm. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
But, you know, we'll take this time, too, to also thank Charlevoix Police. They're blocking off the street downtown for Apple Fest. They blocked off the streets out here to make sure that the homecoming parade went off safely. So thank you for Charlevoix City Police and Charlevoix County Sheriff Department. Obviously, we wouldn't have these events if it wasn't for you men and women and your help. So thank you so much.
And they do a fine job with this community and all the wonderful events that they help support. A wonderful small-town police department, and, of course, the fire department, EMS as well. All great people there. And we want to take one more moment to thank, as the refs continue to confer here, Edge Attractants. Most of the time, make the most of your time in the great outdoors this fall with Power Feed from Edge Attractants. That's Edge Attractants, located right in front of Ironton or on Facebook. Give yourself the edge this fall with Power Feed from Edge Attractants. And to give them one more shout out tonight. And all of our fine sponsors here. My gosh, we've got a list of them, and we want to thank them all for, again, allowing Charlevoix to be the most well-supported financially team of the 5 that we have in Next Level Broadcasting. Twice the number of sponsors that the next team has. So your support here from our community, Charlevoix, all the businesses, is much appreciated and allows us to be able to provide a high-quality broadcast like this between the two of us, Ann and I, if you don't mind us jabbering at you for a few hours, as well as Emma doing a great job on the producing side of things, and, of course, Ryan making the drive over to do an excellent job filming for us. So the final 43 seconds to tick off here.
You know, it's kind of nice because now Jess and Moran are finally back there looking a little more relaxed.
Yep. And that's all Moran had to do to get the first down.
27 seconds left. And again, the band sounded great tonight. They're doing a great job. They did a great job getting the crowd into this, especially during the fourth quarter, to help the Raiders get on top and then stay there. All right, we got a first down, Raiders. Here we go. That's the game.
One last Ian Moran first down to finish things off in true Raider form.
I was nervous, but they pulled out the homecoming win.
They did.
Nice.
That was.
I'll say that now with 16 seconds left.
That was definitely a roller coaster of emotions.
But
what a game this was.
Kudos to the Mancelona Ironmen for a great fought game.
Yeah.
Sawyer Blasick out there shaking the hands of the officials. Excellent sportsmanship, sir. Thank you so much. And to Mancelona, thank you for making the trip. And thank you for making this a really good game.
Yes, indeed. And we're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to step aside. And after our post-game show break with Gray Gable, South Point Collision, and the Charlevoix State Bank, we are going to give out that Charlevoix Culver's Concrete Mixer Play of the Game Award. There's Tom Schultz giving us away from the stands. We'll be back after this.
Today's game brought to you by
Are you or someone you know in need of commercial, residential, or marine electrical work? Look no further than Charlevoix's best, Wilmont Electric. Serving our community for 35 years, Wilmont Electric has just what you need to keep you and your family safe year-round with their highly professional team that works hard to find a solution to all of your electrical needs. That's Wilmont Electric, Call them today at 231-547-5583 or visit them online at wilmotelectric.com.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Alrighty, welcome into our Gray Gables, South Point Collision, and Charlevoix State Bank post-game show. Shane Smith and Gorney bringing this one to you live after a hard-fought but magnificent game as Charlevoix gets the homecoming win here and stays undefeated 7-0 on the season, 15-12. And we conferred a little bit here during the break. We've come up with our Charlevoix Culver's Concrete Mixer Player of the Game Award. Take it away.
I think that should be number 55, Ryan Glass. He had lots of tackles to start out the second half, the beginning of the third quarter. And that was after doing double duty at halftime as being a football player, being a varsity football player, and going out there to perform the halftime show with the band. So, Ryan Glass, great game tonight, dude. You did awesome. Great announcing your name on all those tackles, and I know you were in on a bunch of other ones.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And he's made so many pivotal tackles in this game to really keep Mancelona. They had a couple of promising drives in that third quarter. Got down inside the Raider yard line twice, and to no avail. So the Raider defense, Ryan Glass and Sawyer Blazik especially, as well as Andrew Grogan there on that sack to finish this one off for Charlevoix. An amazing job by all of them, and of course this entire team for coming back from behind not once but twice in this game and pulling out that win. That is some good Raider grit there and sets them up well for the big game, arguably the biggest of the year, as Boyne City comes to town next week. And Ann, I'm excited to have you on that one with me.
Yep, I'll be with you for the Boyne City game next week too. And I think we need to give a shout out to a few other Raiders too for big plays, because as we were getting nervous about this game as we were behind, we had those big plays, those big stops made by Sawyer Blazik, that big sack by Andrew Grogan, but also that big play down there on that 2-point conversion to seal it for the Raiders from Jess to Moran to Greenacre in the end zone.
Yeah, and Greenacre did have a couple of good catches in this game, some pivotal ones at that.
Clutch catches.
And, of course, Doug Morgridge had some good plays in there this game. A really good, well-balanced effort all the way around.
Garrison Sterrett was in there a lot, too.
Grayson Warchall batted down a big, I believe it was either a third or fourth down conversion earlier in this game. So the Raiders fired on all cylinders tonight when they needed to the most, got the win, and that's the important thing. It wasn't always the prettiest game, but it counted in the end. It was a win in the scorebook, and that's what we're concerned about as we, again, head into Boyne City. Same time, same place next week, right here in Charlevoix, 7 o'clock. The Ramblers come into town. So for all of us here at Next Level Broadcasting, we want to thank you again for tuning in to our Gray Gables South Point Collision post-game show, as well as Charlevoix State Bank. And we want to thank our sponsors one more time, every single one of them. Charlevoix Barber, Martin Concrete, Charlevoix Auto, Jim Reel Ford, Professional Seamless Gutters, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, Bingham Insurance, Villager Pub, Charlevoix State Bank, South Point Collision, Fresh Coast Slider, Skydive, Charlevoix, Wilmot Electric, Swanson K&D, Charlevoix Agency Insurance, Sky Media 45, The Lake House, Edge Attractants, Bartlett's Home Interiors, Ace Hardware, Spencer Bryan Realty, Great Lakes Asphalt, Gray Gables Restaurant and Catering, BC Pizza, and all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching tonight's game. So for all of us here, Ryan Bentley on the main shot camera. Got Emma Brown running the ones and twos, my trusty sidekick Ann Gorney, and myself, Shane Smith. We hope to see you all right back here again next week, 7 o'clock. Boyne City takes on the Raiders. Good night.
The Villager Pub has been a mainstay in Charlevoix dining culture for over 40 years. Situated right downtown, their friendly and experienced staff will make you feel right at home from the days of a bygone era. With a wide selection on tap and an expansive menu to pick from, sit back and relax in the pub and enjoy their eclectic 1950s-era memorabilia. Stop in and see them today at 427 Bridge Street or visit them online to look at their menu at thevillagerpub.com.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more. The Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehouseCharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Today's game brought to you by Bingham Insurance Services, Charlevoix State Bank, Wilmot Electric, Charlevoix Auto, The Villager Pub, Swanson, K&D, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, Fresh Coast Sliders, Martin Concrete, Charlevoix Ace Hardware, Charlevoix Agency Insurance, Sky Media 45, The Lake House, Power Feed of Charlevoix, South Point Collision, Bartlett's Home Interiors, Culver's of Charlevoix, Skydive Charlevoix, BC Pizza, Great Lakes Asphalt Services, Gray Gables, Charlevoix Barber Shop, Professional Seamless Gutters, Spencer Bryan of O'Brien Real Estate, and Ward Marina. We thank you for watching tonight's game.